Ladies and gentlemen, early this year, they had to shut down one of the wells near where I live because they found forever chemicals in the well. So, after researching, I realized this is practically all over the country. They literally got the water poisoned nationwide. So, you can see that map. That map is showing you where they have tested and found forever chemicals in the water. Now, they're also showing you military sites, which is kind of silly. If the military sites got it, then the towns all around the military sites would have it as well. So, furor over forever chemicals as U.S. states spread toxic sewage sludge. So, the farmers are upset about this. Mm-mm-mm. So, states are continuing to allow sewer sludge to be spread on cropland as fertilizer, and in some cases, increasing the amount of spread. This is contaminated substance. And the farmers are complaining because it says it's ruining their livelihood with poisoned water, supplies contaminated food, and put the public's health at risk, which they don't care, y'all, because America is all about capitalism. So they don't care if they're poisoning you. They don't care if the water is bad. They'll continue to send you a bill and tell you it's, oh well, yeah, that's in there, but not at the levels where it can impact you. I don't believe nothing y'all say. That's one thing I have learned over the years. I don't believe nothing you say. So Michigan and Maine are the only two states in the US that widely test sludge, and regulators say contamination was found in all tested samples. Still, in recent months, officials in Virginia increased the amount of sludge permitted to be spread on farmland without testing. Mm, mm, mm. Wow. While in Alabama, regulators have rejected residents and environmental group pleas to test sludge for the forever chemicals. Similar fights are playing out in other states, including Georgia and Oklahoma. And public health advocates fear regulators are ignoring the dangers to appease the waste management industry. I don't think there's too many people that don't realize these folks have ruined the water supply decades ago. We know this is why so many people won't touch that tap water in their homes. You don't drink from that. Look, I had a plumber come to my house to do some just some upgrades for me, and he even told me, he said, please don't touch that tap water, avoid it at all cost. Told me don't touch that tap water, don't use it for cooking and drinking. So we're in an absolute mess, and the government knows we're in this mess, but it seems like they don't know what to do. So we know what these folks do notoriously. When they don't know what to do about something, they ignore it. Do you think people that never want to be accountable for anything are going to actually fix something like this? No, they're going to do what they do best, ignore everything. But they are the ones that you were in charge all this time. This is 100% your fault. So, an Alabama agriculture worker who has organized residents to try to stop the sludge from being spread in the state. It's terrible, said Julie Lay. Sewage sludge, and I don't know if many of you even realize that was used, that sewage sludge have been used in farming forever now. So if that's contaminated, then all this time the food has been contaminated as well. All right. Sewage sludge is a byproduct of water treatment that is left over when the water is separated from human and industrial waste discarded into the nation's sewer systems. The Sierra Club has characterized sludge as the most pollutant rich man made substance on Earth. The biosilent um, treatment process doesn't remove the forever chemicals from the sludge. All right, so forever chemicals, a widely used toxic compound, typically used to make thousands of product resistant water, stains, and heat that experts say contaminates all sludge. The chemicals can easily move from sludge into the soils, to the crops, to the cattle, and nearby drinking water sources. Regulators in Michigan and Maine testing programs have identified widespread contamination in fields where the substance was spread. So it was deliberately spread on these fields that grow crops, and at these farms that have livestock, groundwater, and even farmers' blood. So, Maine last year became the first state to ban the practice of using contaminated substances, sludge, harmed its agricultural industry. Similar, Michigan officials say environmental groups have uncovered the forever chemicals on dozens of farms, forcing one to shut down and raising questions about the safety of the state's farmland. I mean, look, let's be real. Everybody has already been eating these foods with forever chemicals in it. If you're buying produce or anything that's growing from the ground, then you had to consume this. All of us. I mean, look, you don't just eat from your state. These farms are nationwide. California is the biggest one that will ship all over the country different fruits and vegetables and all kinds of products. So you can be in New York and you're getting stuff shipped in from California. You can be in a state that have a low amount of forever chemicals, but you're still eating the food that's being shipped from all over different states where they have a high level of it. So it's virtually nobody untouched by this thing, thanks to the people that are in charge and running it all. And it just goes to show you, as long as money is reaching their hand, they're not going to care about you at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me just go ahead and resume. Okay, so the state enacted, and this is Michigan, a plan to identify farms at risk for the highest levels of contamination, prohibit some wastewater treatment plants from selling sludge. They sell, they're selling contaminants, and force polluters to stop discharging forever chemicals into sewers. But other states are taking a different approach. In July, Virginia Department of Environmental Quality gave the green light to a permit request by waste management giant, that's Senego, okay, to spread sludge across nearly 5,400 acres of farmland in King William County, just north of Richmond. The request followed a 2013 permit allowing companies to spread on 7,155 acres in the county. So they're just freely allowing them to spread these contaminants everywhere. So the soil all over America got to be badly contaminated. All right, let me go on. About 80 local residents and environmental groups objected to the permit and called for a public hearing. Among other concerns, they say the sludge spread on neighborhood fields has sickened them, emits a noxious stench, and the contaminants in their drinking water, soil, and food. But state regulators said they are complying with all state and federal laws and denied the request for a public hearing. And they ignored the demands for further testing. We are disgusted because we have been slowly poisoned, Matson said. Virginia need to have a backbone and do what other states are doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, does it seem like these folks know how to run things? I think we all know the answer to that. But, they want to sit in our faces talking about high IQs and all this other nonsense that have much to do about nothing. If we are looking at a crappy economy and we see, water being poisoned in places like Flint and Mississippi and Jackson, and now we're seeing and hearing that they have contaminated the entire country with forever chemicals and been using contaminated sludge on farmlands all across the country. But we're supposed to see you as some exceptional people? Yeah, right. So, y'all, this is a mess. And they know it's an environmental mess. That's why they're telling you they don't know what to do. And all these folks are going to do is just continue to ignore it. Just like we have seen them ignoring the pandemic and ignoring anything that's out of their reach, which is virtually everything. So, y'all, please tell me what you think about this story. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.